it's your girl Kanaya, and I'm just gonna do, I don't know actually. Like, I've been trying to figure it out for the longest, like what I want to do, but every time I remember what I'm gonna do, I always forget in the moment. So this series is gonna just be a random collection of my thoughts, of Kanaya's thoughts, right? It's gonna be a random collection of my thoughts and Kanaya's thoughts, and like how like college has been, how it's like been living on my own. You know, the first episode, I think I'm gonna talk about living in this apartment. That's gonna be the first episode. It's gonna be about me living in this apartment and how it's been and what it's been talking about, how it's been feeling, and like talking like how that's been. All right. So I'll be right back, and we're gonna get into the story, and we're gonna start. This is the first episode of Kanaya's chaotic life in a 5-part series. Woo! So this is the first episode, and we're gonna come back. All right, I'll be right back. So, I moved in. I live in HH Midtown. So I'm a Morgan student. I think y'all know that by now, but I'm a Morgan student, communications major. That started that beginning of last semester. All right, but I was on the wait list for housing last summer, and so I didn't know if I was gonna even get a house. I mean, an apartment, but I got it. But the situation, it was crazy. It was August. We were on a family trip. We went to Florida. We was in Universal. So I had brought my computer because they said I was going to get like the choice to choose housing, but I didn't know what I was going to choose. So I was scared, you know. So when it finally gets to me, I can finally do self-selection. Self-selection is when you select what options are available and select which one you want. So I chose HH Midtown. That's the apartment I'm living in now. I really like HH Midtown. So if you're reading this, watching this, you would know. HH Midtown is actually a good option. It has dishwasher. It has that's one of the best things. A dishwasher. Because I hate doing dishes. I don't even like cooking like that. But when I do cook, having the option to just put your dirty dishes in the dishwasher instead of having to actually manually clean. Because you gotta roommate. You gotta respect your space and her space. I don't like having dishes in the sink. So being able to put those dishes, even if they're not cleaned up at the moment, being able to put those dishes in the dishwasher, best idea ever made. So, but that I just went off tangent. But when I first got the option, I chose HH Midtown, and there were so many options, and there was just so many. At first, I was gonna choose something on the 5th floor, but it just wasn't letting me, and I just couldn't choose, and I couldn't get that, and I was like, oh my god, I cried, girl. I cried so much. I was like, this is the option I wanted, and I didn't want this option, because when I first got this apartment, they said it was a double. I thought I was gonna be sharing a room. No, I'm sharing an apartment. But I really cried because let me tell you something. I don't want to share. Like, as I'm not even that old. I'm only 20 years old. I turned 21 in September. Remember that day, September 8th. That's when I turned 21. But September is when I turned 21. But I'm like 20. I don't want to share a room. I don't want to share a bathroom. I don't want to share anything. Sharing a kitchen is okay. It's a kitchen. Ain't nobody bad about sharing a kitchen. But being able to go into your own space with your own, do your own things, it's very much, it's a privilege. But I didn't know that's what I was gonna get. I couldn't choose the 5th floor apartment because somebody else had chosen it faster than me. So I cried to my mom because the money, you need $200 to be able to like lock that apartment down. I didn't have that $200 at the time, you know. Well, not even I didn't have it. I had it, but my mom was the one paying for it, but she didn't put it in my account fast enough. So it was messing with me. So I cried. I'm telling y'all, I cried. I cried to my mom, and I was like, I don't want to be in an apartment with these other people. I don't want to do that. Like, it's just horrible. Like, why would you expect that? Like, I cried, and this is before I turned 20. This is August. I turned 20 in September. August, I'm crying. I'm like, no one wants to share a room. I've never really had to share a room unless I was at my dad's house, and I didn't go to my dad's house often. I'm lying. I do be at my dad's house often, but even then, I never had to share. Like, I did always share a room, but I wasn't sharing a bed. You know, like it was like my dad's house. I was in my little sister's room. That's her room usually. And we would share together, but you know, when I was at my mom's house, which I was at most of the time, majority of the time, I'm at my mom's house. So I didn't have to share a room. And going from not sharing a room to sharing a room for the past 2 years, freshman year and sophomore year, it's not something you want to do. I would not suggest it, especially as you're getting older and growner. It's not something you want to do. You don't want to interact with it. You don't want to be that. You want to be able to close your door and go to your own space. So I cried about it. I didn't want to do it. So I'm just crying. I'm like, damn, I'm depressed about it. I'm depressed. I'm crying because I don't want to share a room. It's just not something I want to do at almost 20 years old. But then I had to, at the time, I had to run. I had to go down because it was a certain time frame. You had to come and collect your room, like lock in and say this is your room. You had to come to the space personally and say, oh, this is my name, this is my number, and you had to sign the lease and all of that. So I had to come down and rush down by myself on the bus because at the same time, my dad's he had a whole situation with his car, so he couldn't drive me down. So my mom and my dad trying to figure that out. So I had to take the bus. So I'm on the bus. I drive down by myself, and I get my room. And I'm like, as I'm going to collect my room, I asked the RD resident director. I'm like, is it a single or a double? Someone just told me that. She was like, it's not a double, it's a single. I was like, oh, but I'm not trusting her yet. I'm not trusting her. So I go to my room. My room is 905. I go to my room, 905. I only see 2 doors. I go inside, I only see 2 doors. I'm like, okay, so it's gonna be 4 of us in there. Wrong. I walk in, 1 bed. When I say my God is great, my God loves me, and my God protects me, that's what I'm gonna say. He did what he had to do and put me in this position where I had my own room. And I promise you, don't ever. You know what? Hold on. I'm speaking to the college girls now. Look at me. Hold on. Let's bring this up. As a college girl, if you get in the position where you could be in your own room, look at me, stare in my eyes, and understand me and the words that's coming out of my mouth. I need you to understand. Listen closely and listen carefully. If you have the opportunity to have your own room, take it. Take that opportunity because you do not want to share with anyone. You want to be by yourself. So just take that opportunity and be happy because that whole instance, there's some things I went through, but it was a very tranquil year. The year is coming to a close, and when I tell you this year has been very tranquil, it's been very tranquil because I had my own room. It's a little messy. I'm still going to show you my own bed, my own bathroom, and my own little closet by myself. My roommates, I think I can hear in the background, but she has her own room and all of that. We have our own spaces. Having your own space, I know this is a whole, I'm talking for a long time, and you're like, damn, no cut, yeah, girl. Because having your own space is one of the best things that can ever happen to you. If you're coming into college as a young lady, I don't know, usually as a young lady, freshman year, you're not going to have your room. It's most colleges, I would say 90% of the time, you're not going to have your room. And I'm not going to lie, that's a very good thing because it builds character and helps you understand how you're going to be out in the world, how to interact with people. You understand how people are. You understand what they do. That's freshman year. But sophomore year and above, I still shared a room, but she wasn't there half the time because she was in a little thing. But sharing a room and having your own space, it's really going from sharing a room with a stranger that you know over the course of 9 months to having your own room and your own roommate in another room and you still learn her in 9 months. It's very different, but it's very much needed. It's needed because you understand where you are in society. You understand how people are in society. You understand a whole bunch of things. So coming into my room in that day and understanding that I had my own space and my roommate had her own space and we were able to interact, it was a very big change, and I recommend it for everybody because it helps you understand your character and how you are as a person. So that's what you need, all right? You need that. So I digress. But coming in and I see my own bed, I knew I was good. And I understand. I thank the Lord. And I need you to understand, I'm Jewish. So the Lord that y'all think is not saying Lord that I think. But I thanked my Lord because he helped me and he understood my prayers and how I was crying about how I was sad about sharing something. He loved me. And even though I know I broke his heart, he had mercy for me. I'm not to get religious. I'm not even going to say that. So I'm going to say my Lord, my God had mercy for me. And that's something you need. Some mercy to have your own space. Every young lady, even you don't need it. Sometimes you need to have to share your space. It helps you. But when you get your own space, you need it. It's very much needed. It's wanted and it's appreciated because it's something that's yours. Okay? So I would say that is something that's appreciated. And that's the first thing. That's the first lesson. Going from sharing a space to your own space is important and needed, and it helps you understand society and what you're gonna do. Because I will tell you now, if I didn't have my own space, I would have been struggling in the major that I'm doing. But having my own space, it helped me. It grounded me for a lot of the classes I had. I have high grades as of right now. As of right now, I have high grades, and the fact that I was able to have my own space helped those grades maintain. It helped those grades maintain a high standard. You know. So having that space is important and needed. And that's the first lesson. It's the first episode, first lesson. You need your own space. I talked a lot. I went off tangent. I digressed. But the lesson in this whole talk that I'm speaking to you about, you need your own space. So get your own space. Even at some point, you need your own space. You need your own time, but you need to be able to. Before that, your own space, you need somebody else to understand how people are, what they do, you know. So that's the first lesson I wanted to teach y'all. So I hope y'all understand what I'm saying and everything that I'm saying, and I hope NaayahRenee, which is me, well, my name's Kanaya, but NaayahRenee, I hope she was able to tell you what you needed and the lesson was learned from this whole talk. Okay, so I love y'all. Stay safe, stay smart, and stay alive. I love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.
High volume. Am I really that much